Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. Alright, so guys, I still am sick. So I'm gonna just, be upfront with that one. You're gonna just, hear me throughout this video. I'm gonna be sick. And if I cough or sneeze and die, just just chill for a little bit and then we'll get back to things. All right, get into it. So the first thing I'll say is, guys, you see this arrow, we actually put this up here in yesterday's video, and I do think this is the path that we're going to be following. But I will point out what's going on right now. We have this declining volume. Why do you have such low volume on these two up days? It doesn't make sense to me. Why do we have these two huge volume spikes on these two down days? Now, I will point out they're indecision days, and we did have OPEX Friday right here. So that's probably why. But I'm just, let's just say we didn't know about OPEX Friday. We didn't know about any events that just went down, any catalyst. What is this volume on these two red bars? Okay, I understand this was an update, but this was a down day, and that was your big volume spike right there. And then on the two green days, notable green days right here, above 0.5%, you have this going on right here. Doesn't make sense to me, all right? So I do think, guys, we're getting real close to all-time highs. I think you're probably going to get squoze up to all-time highs. You got a fake double top set up here, and I pointed out right here, guys, don't short. All right, we have no reason to get bearish here until you see some sell side structure set up, which is going to come from a lower low being put in right there. And then you want to see a lower low and followed by the lower high, and then you break it right here. Now we really know, guys, we're probably going much lower. Excusez-moi. I'm sorry, guys. We're going to try and make this video quick because I don't want to die on camera. I don't want to, have a sneeze attack on camera. Let's go for it. All right, guys, but you can see what's going on here. I'm just putting it out there. I pointed out in yesterday's video and probably in the video before it. Above this resistance, you got nothing until all-time high. Just like I pointed out over here. Above this resistance, right here at 462.07, you have nothing until 473.20. I actually had the wrong level for like a week or two up here. It was 473.07. I think I had on there. It was the wrong level. It's actually 473.20, and that is, I just messed up there. That is the high of this candlestick right there, 473.20, right there. You can see it right up there in the corner. All right, but yeah, above there, guys, we're going up there. That's all-time high. Now, we're going to move over to QQ now, and I'm going to start off on this ticker by saying new high, who this? New all-time high was hit today. Cool guy over here. I want to point out it's on declining volume. All right, so we could be getting that pullback, but guys, that pullback is just literally going to pull back right there. And then we could very well be going higher. See that resistance right there? You could literally just perform a classic break and retest. And I'll point out, guys, you consolidated right at that resistance. So we know buyers were here over here. What is gonna, tell us that there's not gonna be buyers over here if we backtest it? I'm just putting it out there, all right? They're here over here. Why are they not gonna be the second time? They're probably gonna be there. All right, so that's honestly a scenario we got to really give some thought here is, let's backtest. And guys, if we just keep going, let's say we get up to like 415. Then, guys, we'll be backtesting the previous all-time high. And then a lot of people are probably going to open up short positions anywhere between, we're going to say right here, the previous all-time high, and down here at like 405. All right, this level right here, 404.58. So you got like, $4 of range here. This is where shorts are going to pile in because they're going to be like, oh, false breakout. But guys, let me just do you a favor and take you back to all of history. Every time you have broken above all-time high, you have went higher. Okay? You have kept going higher. And right here, you did not. But guys, we just had a year in between these. So let's really look at, let's have proper sample sizes here. Or that doesn't make sense. Not sample sizes. Let's have proper samples. Am I using the right terminology, guys? I've been out of school for a long time. I'm pretty sure I am though. So it's pretty similar to this right here. Put that on the map. It's decently similar to that right there, right? You went a little higher over there. All right, and how much higher, you ask? Let's see about, and oh, we got another one right here. All right, guys, so you see what I mean? Maybe you have these pullbacks, but you're still going to be going higher. All right, it doesn't have to be much, but you're still going to be going higher. Now, that is a year in between here and here. So I'm just going to point out, guys, that's more than a year. Yeah, guys, that's almost 2 years. 713 days. That's kind of crazy. So I'm just pointing out, guys, like, I think we're gonna keep going. Like, don't count on this being a false breakout. We just went up to a new all-time highs on people believe in that. Because we had a bull flag forming, and I even thought I looked crazy for being bullish down here. Okay, I remember, like, guys, go back on my videos if you want. I was so freaking, I was like pounding the table. I was hitting this button right here. I was saying, guys, this is so, like, just look at it. Like, unless we're crashing, this is going to be the bottom. VIX was in a perfect spot. Let's just come over to Mr. VIX, guys. You have a bullish divergence going on right now on the daily RSI. You were at support. I think you're probably going to start spiking over here on Mr. VIX. The XY also has a bullish divergence going on here on the daily RSI. So, guys, we got a recipe for a pullback here. But I also want to make it very clear, guys, once you break all-time highs, you're going to get a pullback, but the pullback's going to get eaten up. It's going to go like that. All right? And I think you're probably, it could very well could just be a slow short squeeze back up here. VIX will fall back down a bit, go back to support. Then we get some, bounce action over there. All right, let me... trying to fix this. I messed it up earlier in the video. Is that perfect? I guess that's good for now. I don't know how I had it before. All right, but guys, QQ is back at all-time highs, and I do think you're probably gonna go a little bit higher just because of where SPY is at right now. So that means QQ is gonna go higher. But I do want to point out right now, QQ does have an RSI of 78. You have declining volume the past 2 trading sessions. That's not good. All right, you're probably gonna be getting that pullback. And guys, I'm really sorry my voice sounds like this. I understand. It's like kind of hard to talk. It was hard to talk today. I ain't got a fever, but as you can tell, I still am so freaking congested. And this is me with Mucinex Max, I think it's called. So, that's cool. It's like the best I could get, and it still sounds like this. All right, guys, IWM also got the clean break today. Oh. I hate it so much. It's like a tickle in my throat all the time. All right, guys, but you're breaking out here. I'm just pointing that out. Like, we can really have a resistance right here at 200. And guys, you're at 201. 293 you closed today. That's kind of crazy, guys. That does tell us something. All right, what does it tell us? IWM's going higher, guys. IWM is probably going to start pushing up to 212 bucks right here. That's the next resistance we're really looking at. I guess you can have this going on as minor resistance right over here at 205. But the next major resistance that I'm seeing that we can really point to on the weekly chart, I'm actually going to put it right down here at 208. We're going to say, screw this resistance right there, right here. All right, guys, IWM, next target I'm going to put on this chart is just going to be this resistance right here at 208. All right, that is where I think we're headed. All right, DIA, guys, new all-time high as well over here. Who this? If you pull back, just like I was just pointing out on QQ, it's just going to back test all-time high. Why are buyers not going to step in now at all-time highs? That's a very, key spot right here, right? So this on the weekly chart, I got this zone up here. This is going to be your demand zone. Guys, if you can have buyers step up here, guys, this is going to be extremely bullish. This chart right here is so bullish, it's ridiculous. And I remember calling this out. I remember calling this out on Weeble at some point, and I probably called it out on this YouTube channel. And then also I called this out right here. And I remember feeling pretty stupid about that. You come over here to the monthly chart, guys, and look at this. This looks so good. All right, but you come back to the weekly chart, and what do we got going on? All right, well, we have this right here. Boom. And then I thought you were going to hold over there. You did not. But you held the support here, and now, guys, you launched all-time highs. I think you're probably going to hold either there, or we're going to get this scenario right here. All right, that's what I'm looking for over on DIA. Now, guys, what are we going to look at? Some individual tickers. Individual ticker number 1 is going to be BABA. I think this thing is heating up. All right. Now, I have already taken my BABA position. I told you guys about this, I think it was last week, but I'm letting you guys know right now. I don't think it actually started going yet. Oh, it says D right here, guys. We are getting a dividend tomorrow. I didn't even know about that. Is that going to be bullish? I have absolutely no idea. When was the last dividend? Has it ever had a dividend? No, it has not. Is this going to be the first one? Yes. Okay. Maybe this is a glitch and we're not getting the dividend, guys. I feel that tickle in my throat. I don't want to cough. I'm about to die again. Oh, Jesus. Oh, yeah, I can't say that name. All right. It's not a good habit. I don't say God, but now I did, but yeah, I'd say his son's name, which is not any better. All right, but BABA, guys, I'm just going to point out. I pointed out down here you're basing, and if you could break above right here. All right, let me just put a horizontal resistance right there. There we go. On the hourly chart, it did look like you were basing there. And now, guys, I just want to point out, you have just kept going, and you've now put in a higher high, higher low, followed by the higher high. BABA is doing something it hasn't this whole time. Okay, well, this time. Okay, but over here, once it did it, it made a low, and then it went up to a new high. So, guys, if we were to see, let's say this, okay, let's go up like that, right there. Okay, so we're going to see this at some point right here. We're going to buy this. Okay, if we see this, we're going to buy it. But I'm already experiencing this because, guys, we remember this. I think I took my position right there. Or is down here? I have absolutely no idea, honestly. I mentioned it on the channel at some point. So, I mean, if you follow along with the channel, I was saying BABA, I was actually pointing out sometime BABA was going to be heating up. It just couldn't heat up. But at some point, it was going to heat up. I think it's going to start. Because, guys, this has fallen from like $100. So if it does start to heat up, let's look at this weekly chart. It's died like me. It's died like me. So when I get back up, I'm going to be really freaking strong. Okay? And I'm eventually going to, do something like this. That, you've been doing this. I've been doing this for a week because I've been sick. All right? And we're going to go like that. All right? I'm not saying Baba's going to do that. I'm saying Baba's probably at some point going to do this. All right? $90. I don't want to be making any. I want to have targets here that can be hit. We're gonna say $80 is some. We're only at $75. Yeah, you probably are gonna come up here to 85, $86 sooner rather than later. That's what I think's a brewing up here. But then again, I also want to say right here in terms of weekly charts, I think NIO and Tesla take the winner. All right, I told you guys yesterday, NIO. I think this is just getting started. That is why you sell the short-term contracts. You hold, the dated position. Why? Because I think this is just getting warmed up. I think we're going to see 9s. I think we're going to see 10s. What was the high today? $8.90. You got real close to $9. I think you're going to be coming up here. Let's look at it this way, guys. You just broke out from like, what, a 2-month consolidation? Yeah, 62 bars right there. 3 months of consolidation. Yeah, this thing's just getting warmed up. Congrats. If you bought the back test. All right. See this arrow right here? That's what I think is going to happen. All right. Back to BABA, guys. All right. I think you're going to continue higher for a few days, but I do think you're getting pullback. That pullback's a buying opportunity, just like you can see, you know, let's say, oh, right over here. All right. So we're right here right now. You're going to go a little higher, and then you're going to pull back. That's the buying opportunity, and then you're going to go higher. All right. That's what I'm looking at. Bob is setting up. Tesla. All right. Now, quite immediately, I told you guys about this. I think Tesla's going to get buyers. I understand there was a shooting star on the daily candlestick yesterday, but you had a low volume. See how I have an arrow pointing to it? Because it's low volume. Okay, I think I showed you guys that yesterday. Now, I do want to point out, you're back at the highs. If you can take out yesterday's high, I think that's extremely bullish, and this whole candlestick is proven to be, I know, this whole candlestick, if you can close above this wick right here, which has a high of 258.74, that shows that that's a bear trap. We're probably going to come all the way up here to this next resistance, which is up here at 266. There you go. Congrats if you didn't get shaken out and sold at the bottom. But yeah, quite immediately, I think this is, you know, pretty bullish setup that, you know, has decent odds here. But I wouldn't be taking positions at the high. Now, I think you're probably going to make some money there. But, you know, you could have also bought at the breakout with us. So there was that. But I do also want to point out here, all right, this weekly chart is extremely bullish. So dated positions are definitely welcome over here on Tesla, in my personal opinion. It's a hot chart. Now, quite immediately, AI is a hot setup. You had increasing volume on the daily. I understand you have a really big fat wick, so we can quite literally expect that a lot of this, you know, volume here is going to be the bearish volume. Okay, like half the volume, almost half. You got 3, and then you have 4 volume candlesticks being, you know, bull volume there. So, and then you have over here bear volume. So, no, that was back over on Monday. Today is Tuesday. So, does this make sense? Was there only 7 hours intraday? I don't know. Maybe I'm just blind. I don't know. I definitely am still sick, so maybe that's got something to do with it. I do want to point out, though, what happened today that has not happened. You got a close above resistance. Now, where does this 31.69 level come from? Where does it derive from? The low of this candlestick over here, back over here at 31.69. Okay, you can see it right up here, guys. If you are not, you know, following along, 31.69. You have now gotten daily close above that level, and you have not for quite some time. Guys, we have 1 rejection, 2 rejection, 3 rejection, 4 rejection. You now have a daily close. I understand there's a very fat wick and you kind of have a shooting star candlestick or an inverted hammer candlestick, but you have heavy volume going on right here. And I do think there's a solid shot you get continuation of what started today. All right. I'm not saying it happens, but you have a solid shot that you know, travel up to 37 in the coming trading sessions. You saw what happened today. And if you didn't, let me show what happened today. If, you know, we get these speculative buyers stepping in, I don't have Vortex, I'm going to be honest, but I'm going to guess there's a decent amount of short interest on here, at least 20%. You could probably get the same exact action where you can go up 10% in 10 minutes. Oh, right here, it was 6% in 10 minutes. And then in the span of, you know, look right here, an hour, you're up 10%. Okay, so I think that's probably going to continue. That's something, you know, we can keep on the radar. I'm personally in a position there. Carvana right here. Guys, you got the breakout we spoke of yesterday. You actually gapped above this. Congrats if anybody is just, you know, day trading this name. I told you guys, if you can get above here, there's no resistance till up here. So I would personally love to see something like this where you keep going until maybe like 75. And I told you guys, a lot of position. In yesterday's video, we talked about this, a lot of position. The $65 calls. All right, $65 calls were, you know, I think we're $55 or 50. I think they were $50 for this Friday. All right, today Guys, they probably went up to 100, 150 bucks. We'll take a look at them in a sec. But yeah, I would love to see something like this. And guys, honestly, I think there's a solid shot that you get something like this, because this name, I know this name can get up to like 50, 60% short interest. Maybe I'll get Ortex at some point, but like I don't really care about that too much. I care more about the setup at hand. This guy, it had the setup. It probably has the short interest behind it. It definitely does. I'm not gonna lie. Um, and look at that. It got going. Now we have an RSI of 83. Because whenever it pulls back, I'm bullish on it. But as of right now, it's above here. I think it's probably going to have a blow off, top style day and cause like a shooting, like something like over here. You had a hangman candlestick form. You had a 40% day. That's what I think is brewing. And you're going to like, just look at 40% of this. You're going to get all the way up to 84 bucks. Guys, that's what I was saying. What does that do to the $65 lotto that you bought for $50? That's what I was getting at in yesterday's video. So, Carvana, it's a sexy name. Neo, we already looked at this guy. It's just getting heated, all right? Or it's just getting warmed up, all right? It's heating up here, all right? XBEV, I think this thing is going to do what we just saw Neo do. I think XBEV is also heating up right here, all right? But I do want to point out right here, PFE, that was the trade idea we gave you. If you could break over 27.30, I said, hey, above here, you're probably going to have it's probably going to make the move in one day. It's going to be a straight dollar move to do the gap fill. Now, did you fill the gap fill? Did you fill the gap and no longer make it not a gap fill? No, you did not. You missed it by a little, but you did have the high being 28.24. All right, that is, just about $1 above where we were saying, hey, you're probably going to have a straight shot here to here. The dollar move right there. We said take a look. I think it was the 27.50 calls. Let's just open up, what's it called right now? Weeble right now. All right, go like that. Type in PFE. All right, options. I think they were like 15 cents yesterday. 27.50. Look at that, guys. All right. Are these the ones we were looking at? I think they were 15 cents we were looking at. All right. Yeah, they closed at 14 cents yesterday. Guys, they went to a high of 82 cents. Congratulations if anybody played them. That's what I was saying yesterday. I'm so glad I picked options as my vehicle because they're so cool. All right. And I honestly just love trading options. All right. I'm addicted to trading options, which I think is honestly, it's a good and bad thing. But, I'm just going to say this is like great, right? That this is someone's hobby, which I'm also going to say skill set. Like, but like I say hobby as in like, hey, this is what I enjoy doing. Like I really do. Because options it's just so cool. And I'm doing it so young. So like, 5 years out, 10 years out. Look at that. Look at, being 50 years old. Kids are going to be like, oh, he has magic tricks. And I'm going to be like, nah, I just love this. That's how it be. But yeah, PFE, guys, congratulations to anybody who played that. I think it's probably going to get moving. All right, we're going to have to see what happens here. As of right now, you do have the bullish Rami candlestick formation. We called this out about a week ago, I think. RSI was getting down here, but you're starting to curl. So I do want to just say right here, all right, you tricked this over here. All right, you fell a little shorter. You've been just making these consistent lower lows. Are you going to finally break up? We're going to honestly have to just wait and see if we see this, or we're going to see this. It's going to just go straight up. And, I'm just saying, if you want to load long-term positions on this name, I think it's not too bad of a time to do so. But, I remember, I'm just saying, they ran off of COVID. Like, this whole run was because of COVID. All right? All of it. I'm just putting it out there right here. This was the COVID run, guys. All right? What they really, went for. Other than that, guys, they trade flat. So don't expect too much from this name. All right? But last trade idea over here is SELH. I am just pointing out here on the weekly chart, this thing is setting up for something that we just saw SMCI just start. Which I think SMCI is going to a new all-time high above 357. But CELH is probably going to be doing the same thing. Why? Because it is a very similar setup. Let's just literally look at the two next to each other, all right? We have this guy right here, all right? We have this guy right here. Do these guys not, like, they don't look exactly like, but guys, this is a very clear bull flag going on here. And it's at the bottom. Now, I do understand on the daily time frame, this looks like a complex head and shoulders formation. Right here, right there. Very clearly. I see you. But I would argue this thing is definitely more bullish looking than this thing looks bearish looking. I think this thing is going to break up once you can break above here. All right, about 54 bucks. I think you're going to start pushing 62, 63 bucks. All right, right here. Right above there. I definitely measured that wrong. And you're probably going to start pushing all-time highs. If you want to start taking your risks, taking your bets right now, I think this is a name that, let's just look at a chart that recently did something that looks similar. Do you see what I say? All right. Do you see what I see? Is what I meant to say there. All right. Well, I guess, yeah. Do you see what I'm talking about? I guess that's a better way of saying that. Look, a lot of consolidation took place here. Let's just measure this. Guys, you have 97 days. Okay, 97 days. How long did AMD consolidate? 112 days. Guys, honestly, I'm going to actually take a position on this. I think this thing is going to be heating up. So, definitely in the coming days, if not tomorrow. I think this thing, deserves some attention. I'm just putting it out there. I don't know when it's going to heat up, but it's there, and I think it's loaded. And I am also going to point out bullish divergence. You got that? Boom, bop, bing, boop, pow. You definitely got the bullish divergence going on all the way from back there. All right? Boom. All right. With that being said, guys, I like CELH, Tesla, AI, and Baba. And NEO is just going to keep going. And then XPEV, I don't know when this thing's going to go, but I think you are. I think you're going to start pushing, 16, then 17, and then probably 1870 up here. With that being said, I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.